The snowmen rose with icy glares, frosty fists, no time for prayers. They marched on north, the elf blood froze, the peppermint fields now lined with woe.
Guys, I don't know if you heard this, but dungeon tubing is dead. Again. Panic! So this is the topic of conversation this week. Professor DM made a video about the death of the algorithm and how things are changing in the hobby. And as one of the top 5 people I respect most talking about this topic, he usually knows what he's talking about. And yes, what was making money on YouTube today is making less money than it was making yesterday, and is definitely not making the same amount of money it was making between 2018 and 2023, because kablooey, it changed. Another person who I deeply respect brought it up, and that's our good friend Stephen Glicker. Probably in my in the top 5, if not the number 1. If Stephen Glicker talks about it, it's probably 80% likely. So here he is talking about how the dungeon tubing is dead, and it's our fault. It's the audience's fault. And that is 100% true. It is our fault because our interest changed. Oh no! Oh my God! And maybe some of the VTuber, YouTuber, dungeon tubers, whatever you want to call it, weren't able to keep up with the changes. And they're not the only one, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's one from 17 years ago. 6. Here's, I don't know, but none of these have to do with D&D, so I don't know why they're in the search. But that's just to prove that. Hey, here's proof that oh my God, the algorithm has changed. How YouTube thinks has changed. Because look, then here's a video for Whole Foods. Here's a video for Carl's Jr. I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. There one's from 17 years ago. And then there's this. None of these have to do with what I asked it to search for, because, oh no, the algorithm changed. People changed. The world changed. If you keep making the exact same video over and over again, your audience is going to get tired. Our attention span is not what it once was. Now, I could go on about numbers and math and science and algorithm and all that stuff, or I could just do what I do best and make fun of it. So I decided to make fun of it. And how do I make fun of things? In song. So after 2 hours of throwing prompts at SONA, I've decided to make a song addressing the issue of the forthcoming death of dungeon tubing again, which has apparently been dying for as long as it's been in. Because guys, we've been doing this for as long as we've had access to computers. Since the 80s, on AOL, on Twitter, on Reddit. If there was a format somewhere where we could post and talk about the game and our hobbies and video games and football and whatever, we've been doing it. And we will continue to find some way to do it long after the dungeon tubing fad is dead. But again, I could talk about this ad infinitum. I could wait for somebody smarter than me to talk about it. Or I can make fun of it with song, which is probably going to get me a lot of trouble. So thank you to the Buggles.
D&D rewritten by machine and new technology, and now you tell me? Only fans kill the DungeonTube star. Only fans kill the DungeonTube star. And now we meet in an abandoned Discord chat where we sit and watch. I hit it with my axe, and you ask yourself what happened to that guy in the wizard hat. Oh, was he the first one? Am I the last one? The algorithm killed the DungeonTube star. The algorithm killed the DungeonTube star. In my mind and on my screen, we can't go back. Twitter is just too many. Only fans kill the DungeonTube star. The algorithm killed the DungeonTube star. In my mind and on YouTube, we can't rewind. We've gone too far. People changed and it broke your heart. Put the blame on Critical Role. The DungeonTube star. The DungeonTube star. No one killed the DungeonTube star. Support the oggm. No one killed the DungeonTube star. Support the oggm. No one killed the DungeonTube star. No one killed the DungeonTube star. No one killed the DungeonTube star. No one is to blame. Support the oggm.
And there you go. I think the song says everything I needed to say. Yes, rebranding is very important. Death Angel Shadow, rebrand, evolved, change, because everything's changing. And why should I talk about it when I can write a silly song about it that's probably going to get me in a lot of trouble? And yes, that was Video Killed the Radio Star by thebuggels, heavily rewritten because it just is funny. And if you can't make fun of what's going on, then yeah. So there you go. That's what I think about the panic of the DungeonTube changing, dying. It's happened before. It'll happen again. There's no reason to worry about it. Adapt, evolved. Maybe you'll get 2,000. Maybe you'll get 2 million. Maybe you only get 2. But as long as you're doing this because you love doing it and not because you think you did it to make money, then you'll be a success. Let's hear that song again. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.